so serious, I be blowing 30K like it's nothing. Yeah, all my pockets still crushed. Diamonds on me kickboxing. Shit poppin' university. I got a degree for shit poppin'. Yeah. Diamonds on me moonwalking. 10 pointers hitting on 'em. Same niggas that piss me off. Look at me now, I'm shitting on 'em. Diamonds on me moonwalking. 10 pointers hitting on 'em. Same nigga that piss me off. Look at me now, I'm shitting on 'em. Chase money, fuck bitches. I'm road running. Catch up with me. I stack.
Let me get it. I know he a trick, so he spinning. I'm paid in full, not to mention. I came from the bottom, now I'm winning. Christian Dior, but I'm sinning. By all means necessary, I'm getting this chicken. I like fast cars, and he like breaking the law. She like throwing her ass in the car. I don't like to drink, won't catch me at a bar.
Last seen in rural Detroit, skinny dipping in ski boots.
My pockets real fat like Big Mama. If he wanna dime Benihana, if rap don't work, I'ma be in the feds getting fat off of pasta and lobster.
No kids, it made over 1 million in a month. I'm so serious, I be blowing 30K like it's nothing. Yeah, all my pockets still crushed. Diamonds on me kickboxing. Shit poppin' university. I got a degree for shit poppin'. Yeah. Diamonds on me moonwalking. 10 pointers hitting on 'em.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Yo, I think the niggas was trying to build a case against you. Did you hear me?
I gotta. No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said I think the niggas trying to build a case against you. Like, you feel me? The prosecutor's trying to build some shit to I'm about to get in a good case, nigga. Could have had some proper clothes on the client. Shirtless courthouse, how you do? You don't want to get a suit and tie, my man?
Oh yeah, I should, huh?
Proper attire. I think it'll help you out.
God.
There might be a clothes right here. Or a clothes change right here.
Where is that
yeah,
at?
that might be just able to change all your custom fits. Wait. No, wait.
Clothing store price. Change out. Buy clothing. I'll bet.
Yo.
Hello, good sir. How you doing?
Hello, sir.
What's your name, man?
I cannot hear you. Hold on. Hello?
How you doing, my man? You hear me, good sir? Can you hear me? Hello, hello?
Hello?
Hello? How you doing? You hear me?
Yo, I don't think you're am I tweaking?
Do you hear me now? Hello, hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yo.
Hello?
Hello?
Yo, what happened?
What you
I
mean?
could not hear you, twin.
Oh,
I
don't
couldn't
know.
hear you the entire time.
I don't know. That was weird. What's going on, my man?
Yo, so, what happened?
Who might you be, if I'm asking?
The judge,
All
twin.
right. This is the judge.
Doesn't this go a little bit Bill? We're just talking
Hmm?
right here.
What do you mean?
No, so
No, I mean, we can definitely go into my office, but I was just wondering, like, who's the lawyer here? Which one's
I'm
the
the
lawyer?
lawyer. No, I am the lawyer. I was just, yeah, okay, it's all good.
No, I
So
just wanna,
essentially, my client right here, Mr. Billy Lynch, he was accused of selling drugs. So the police said they saw them hand something off. He handed something off, and then instantly, correct me if I'm wrong, Billy. Instantly, they went up and attacked him and arrested him. And they arrested him, and then when they searched him, they found zero drugs and zero dirty money. Right. On
Mm-hmm.
top of that, when a few hours later, when we went and talked to the police department, they said that they couldn't find anything in the evidence locker. He's suing the police department and probably on the rights of his own civil matters because, he,
All
you
right.
know,
Can you give me his name? What's your name, sir?
mine
yeah, it's
is
Billy. It's Billy Lynch.
How do you spell that last name, sir?
Linch.
How long ago was this?
Uh,
A week?
probably about no. It was about 13, 14 hours ago.
Did you get sentenced off?
Yeah, so that's another thing. They didn't even fill out the MDT, right? They didn't put any details of my arrest, nothing. Because I was talking to the officers earlier, and they were saying how they didn't write any of the evidence down and didn't log any evidence of the arrest. But they found the report, but there's no title of it or anything.
All right, give me 1 second.
Lawyer, do you remember the name of the officer? It was like Angel
Angel
Martinez, I
something.
think.
Yeah, Angel Martinez. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. So weird. Hmm. Lindsay Circus, correct? Well, not Lindsay Circus. Hold on. So strange. Nobody even filled it out.
Yeah. And they took
So, did
evidence
you guys
off.
talk to a captain at all, or no?
Yeah, I took it. I
Yes,
took
yes,
it
we
to
did.
the took it to the captain. We took it to the captain, and they were saying how they don't want to settle a good amount with me. So I told them, all right, I'll see you in court.
How much are you trying to settle for?
I was looking for because we also have 3 others that they arrested. So we got to split them. We got to pay lawyer fees. We were looking for to settle in the office. We were looking for about maybe around 400.
For 4 people?
Yeah,
Well, the maximum you can sue is 100K,
even when you take it to court.
even when you take it to court. Correct.
Oh shit. Well then, I guess we're
Um,
going the max amount.
um, maybe that would be changed when we go to court.
Yeah,
But
I
I,
hope
I
so.
can't. I'm not gonna make a decision until we can get a captain. Let me see. Let me see something. Let me see something. Okay, Tom. Give me 1 second.
I hope the decision can change because that'll be like no really money for a lawsuit because I got to pay the 2 others and my lawyer.
Got you. I got you.
Positive it can change on the situation, or depending on the situation. Excuse me.
Hold on. Give me 1 second, Tom.
Okay.
All right, come outside. Come outside. Yeah, there should be an officer pulling up in a helicopter that can speak with us.
All right.
Just tell your friends come support Billy. Yeah,
You know what? I should be in the courtroom with us.
So, of course, speaking to a judge is always great, but you got to speak to a captain before you come to me. I do need to make that in there because obviously,
Yeah, no, we spoke
judges are hard
to
to.
two captains,
I got
two
you,
captains
I got you.
already.
I got
Three
you, I got
actually.
you. Yeah, I got you. So the thing is, you can't settle for your other people. Okay, you got to settle for just yourself. All right, so you talk to them, they settle. They got to only settle for you, not anybody else. If they want
Okay.
to settle, they're gonna have to bring them.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just do me then. Let me get my support.
Hi.
Hello everyone, how are we doing today?
If anyone wants to come support me in the courtroom, you can. 640. All right.
Okay, so
Gunshots outside the courtroom?
what the fuck? Not the courthouse. Oh, I'm so sorry for cussing. My apologies. My apologies.
It's okay, brother.
Language.
It's
Yeah,
all good,
yeah,
brother.
I
Just
gotta
try to
be. I
keep
gotta
it
stay a little bit
professional.
more professional. You know, I'm a judge and all.
Yeah, keep it PG. Come on.
So. Yeah, it's still PG is cussing, sir. But I mean, we won't go there, sir.
Alright.
I think you only allowed a certain amount of F-bombs in this PG.
Only in Moana
Yeah,
2,
it's
dude.
only
Only in
one.
Moana 2.
But I was brought here for this is the lawyer right here. This is the victim. So they came to my attention, told me that they wanted to speak to a judge, but I felt like it was needed for me to hear them out speaking to a captain.
Okay.
Didn't want to make a decision unless a captain was here, of course.
Well, I'm the captain, but what's up?
All right. So basically, you were there earlier in the office. I spoke to you
What's
about.
up? Oh, you're the one who wanted to sue for like $1 million and we told you fuck now?
Yeah.
We're still
Oh yeah,
suing
you're
BD.
still not. Yeah, no, you're still not getting $1 million.
We're
No,
still suing
yeah.
you though.
$1 million fine, but they were trying to give me 10K. Not happening.
I
Now we're
offered
in
you
court.
100K and you still refused. I mean,
No,
I
I
don't
said
know
I'll
what
take
we're doing.
100K, and then the dude said 10K. So he said,
Okay.
"So you can court."
Okay. Let's.
I'll tell you
So-
what, you want to settle it right now for 25 and we call it a deal?
No, we don't.
Nope.
Do you? Yeah. Okay.
$25?
Oh, man. 25K.
$25?
Oh, man. I'm
I'll-
sorry, my captain
I'll
went
throw
down.
in the
Okay.
most
Okay.
PD stickers?
Okay. Let me talk, please. So what's up?
All right. Lawyer, you want to explain it, or you want me to
I feel
explain?
like everything was kind of explained with my client. So essentially, my client here, he was arrested on the behalf of an officer named Angel. I can't remember the last name. Excuse me for that.
Martinez.
Angel Martinez. He said that he quote unquote saw him sell something, but when he arrested or when he detained my client, there was no, there was no drugs or dirty money on my client when he detained him at the time of detainment. On top of that, I was also told that he was asking him questions on the way to the police station before he read him his Miranda rights, incriminating questions.
Like,
top of
what
that-
kind of questions? What kind of questions?
Incriminating ones like, what were you doing over there?
Sir, I
That's
gotta-
not
After he was
incriminating.
already
Hold on.
detained.
Protocol,
He was
brother.
Hold on,
already
sir.
detained,
Hold
though.
on. Hold on.
And he arrested him
Hold
under
on.
the suspicion of selling drugs.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
Sir.
Hold up. No, no, no.
Hold on.
I
Hold on.
got-
Everybody pause. Everybody pause.
Yeah.
What name was on the vest, sir?
What name was on the vest?
Yeah. What did it say on the vest?
It was. If you're asking if it was LSPD,
No. What did it say? Did it say SWAT?
name
Did it
on
say
the
Marshal?
badge,
Did
bro.
it say what did it say? Marshal,
oh,
Like you see,
SWAT,
ours says
sheriff. What did it
and-
say?
and his
yeah. Let
black
me
sheriff,
look.
things
Let
like
me
that.
look real quick. I believe it just said police.
That would be anywhere between what, Officer 1 to, I want to say, Master Sergeant, right? Am I wrong in that, Carly?
No. I had that wrong. Is vest says SWAT.
SWAT. Okay, sir. All right, sir. All right, we can continue. We can continue. All right.
Am I continuing?
Yeah, you can continue. I was just making sure it wasn't marshals because marshals aren't able to be sued, and that's just something that was
I
stated.
will say this, brother. If the officer is asking like what the guy's doing over there and things like that, he's probably just getting more information to the
After
scene.
he's already detained. If he's already detained, he should have all the information he needs.
I'm sure that my officer did, brother.
Well,
mean,
there
there's-
was no
there's been-
information because when he went in
I
evidence
mean-
locker, there's no evidence of him selling drugs, and when he searched my client, there was no dirty money, so there was no
Hi-
evidence. So
hi-
he shouldn't have asked
hi-
those questions,
hi,
and he shouldn't have
lawyer.
arrested him.
Hi, lawyer. I'm trying to talk. Thank
I-
you.
I'm in my opening statement. You can objection,
Opening.
but I'm.
This ain't fucking court.
What are we?
we're-
What are
we're
we? We just
standing-
talking about what happened?
Yeah, we are. We ain't
Alright,
in
bro.
fucking court. We ain't in that goddamn courtroom.
Oh,
we're
we're good.
talking
All
over
right,
here.
let's stay a little
Alright, bro, I
respectful.
guess
Let's
we
stay
just talking about
respectful.
what
Let's stay
happened.
respectful.
No.
I guess.
We want getting
Look how
disrespectful. We
professional
could
this
get
police department
disrespectful.
are. It's a reason like that we're suing them.
I
They
mean,
can't
you're getting
maintain their
disrespectful with me,
professionalism
but
over their
all right.
feelings. I've been
Nah,
maintaining my
you
professionalism
want
this whole
get
time.
Okay.
disrespectful with me,
Let's
but
let's get back to what we were talking about. All right, let's
So
stay
like
respectful,
like
please.
I'm
Let's stay
saying,
respectful, please.
being detained and being arrested is different. You should know that as a lawyer.
I do.
What-
I do. I know
what-
that.
alright,
If,
so what
in
is being
theory,
detained?
so sir, in theory, if you were to call me and question me down at the police station, I'm detained. But you're gonna ask me all those questions, incriminating questions, quote unquote. Let's say, for instance, a murder happened, right? And you're gonna call me down to the station. You have to question me. That's
Did
the
he
type of
ask for a
questions you were
lawyer
asking him
immediately, or-
on the
There-
way. Those are the type of questions you were asking him on the way to the police station, incriminating questions.
So you
Yeah.
say me like it was me driving.
I'm saying
it was not me.
hypothetically, Mike. I'm saying hypothetically in your police department. It's not you, but
Okay,
it's your
okay,
police
but-
department.
okay,
You
hold
guys
on,
all
hold on,
stand
hold on.
for it.
Everybody-
you guys are all
but
the same
you,
state, same police
you just
No,
stated
let
the
the-
question.
hey,
no,
let
hold
the
on.
judge
no,
talk.
no,
No,
hold
no,
on.
We
Crowley.
No.
Okay.
Let the judge talk.
Okay,
No,
so
no.
hold on.
No, I have
So-
one statement. You say the question was he asked why are you over there? Is that incriminating?
While he's detained, yes, it is.
How?
Okay,
Any
so-
question he asked that
what is-
he's already detained, yes, it is. For the example I
fine.
brought up,
Okay.
if you brought him in for a murder, my good sir, if you brought him in for a murder, any question you asked, you would have to have read him his rights because it could be an incriminating question. He was already
What if I
detained
asked him like
when you
what
asked him
flavor
the
of ice
questions.
cream? What's his favorite? Would that still
Good
be?
sir, if you read him his rights, it's fine. But if you're asking him incriminating questions, the fact that
Okay,
you brought
okay.
him in, you have to read him
Okay.
his rights first.
All right,
Okay, let
listen,
the
I'm gonna
judge
say
talk,
this.
please.
I'm gonna say this.
Let-
I'm gonna
let
say
the
The
this.
fact
judge
that
talk.
he's
I'm gonna say
detained,
this.
you have to read him his rights.
All right, next person. Okay, listen. If you guys don't like, I'm here trying to, middleman this. All right, if you guys don't let me speak, what I'm saying, you guys might be fined. All right, so let's be a little bit more careful, please. All right, we all good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So detained, right? When you're detained, why would I have to read you your rights, sir? You know what I'm saying? You're
Because
detained.
you're asking questions. That's what detaining.
But
is.
you're detained. You're
under
you're
suspicion of
yeah.
crime.
You're detained. You're detained
You
to
can-
be
Why
asked
would you be
questions, brother.
detained?
You
if you're not
only
under
read
suspicion
you
of
only
crime?
read the Miranda rights once you're arrested, sir.
No,
That's
no,
yes,
no,
that is
that's
cop
not true.
code, sir.
So, for
Yes,
instance,
you-
my brother, like I just brought up. So let's say for instance, I had committed a murder, right? If they called me to the police department because they don't know who committed the murder and they asked me questions, I'm not arrested yet. I'm detained because they need to know more information about the crime. But they have to read me my rights because they're
Hey,
asking
brother,
me incriminating
can
No,
questions
some
that
if you
could
information
if you
real quick,
ask
sir?
for a lawyer, no. If you say I want to use my like Fifth Amendment right, and you're like I want to ask from a lawyer, then they can read your Miranda rights.
Permission to speak,
Then they
sir?
have to tell you that stuff. Yeah,
Permission
of
to
course,
speak, sir?
of course.
With all due respect, lawyer, At the end of the day, the only time I have to read you Miranda rights, sir, is when I am actually arresting you. I do not have to when I'm detaining you, sir.
Great.
Okay.
So you didn't read him when you
I
had
just have
arrested
to
him.
give you. I have to give you visible and like non-deniability that you are detained. Though I have to tell you straight up like you are detained.
Agreed.
All right, can I
So,
speak?
I was gonna say, my client, can you speak? When did your rights
Yeah.
get read to you, my client?
I'm gonna say this right now. So, they never said I was detained. They came up to me, said that they saw me selling drugs. All right. So they
Did he
cuffed
provide
me.
any body cam with that?
What do you mean?
Do we have any body cam from that or?
Also,
anything?
side
Yeah,
note, you guys said
I got body
cam
cam
wasn't
of it all.
allowed. That's the crazy part.
I
We were talking
got
earlier
body
about
cam
the
of it all.
But yes, he does.
I got body cam of it all, and I just want to say that they said that they saw a handoff. Okay, they said they saw a handoff, and then when they searched me, they saw nothing on my person, and after we got all back to the station, I asked them like, why am I getting charged for drug trafficking and stuff? I didn't have anything on me, and he said, oh yeah, good point. So he like basically he said he took that charge off, but I still got charged
We're
for
playing all the baby
drugs
shit right
and
now, y'all.
stuff,
They're
even though I
still
didn't have anything on
they
me.
didn't write that shit on evidence.
And
It's
then
not
back to the
out in
question
the
about you
evidence.
saying, did
What
you
he
read
was
me my
arrested for is
rights?
not
He
in the
read them
evidence locker.
half-assed and he didn't
We
even
got
finish
plenty of
them.
proof still.
When he put me in
We got
cuffs,
plenty of proof
he
still.
messed up the whole rights. Like,
We
it
pulled
wasn't
up
even
a
right.
bunch of shit. We just pulled up civil
And
shit.
then,
We need to pull up what the client was really arrested for.
what else is there?
Come on.
How much did you get
Guys, we're
charged,
having
sir?
a little bit of a courtroom right now. If you guys don't mind to step away and step
They're
back.
gonna.
We can't have our courtroom support.
Wait.
What's up, Crowley?
You're
What was
allowed to
your-
have people in your courtroom without family and shit in case you get sentenced.
Sorry about the disturbance.
This ain't a goddamn courtroom.
This
So we
isn't
just-
a crowd, brother. This isn't a crowd.
So we just sit out here and talk.
We should go to the courtroom
Yeah, we
though.
should go to the
This is
courtroom.
not-
I want to
it's
take
like
them.
a
goddamn
I want to
courtroom.
take them to court.
Yeah, this is confidential. He's trying to take y'all
My
to court. This is
goddamn.
confidential. Come on.
I want
come
to
to the
support.
courtroom.
I want to
Yeah,
support
he's
you, brother.
supporting.
I want to support you, brother.
He's sitting outside. It's not professional.
He's guilty. He's fucking guilty, yeah.
It's not a public hearing.
I think it is. It has to be public. Knock, knock. Security, it's fine.
Let's make it.
Okay.
I'm sure the
okay.
judge is gonna say this, but say raise your hand if
So-
you got to speak and all that.
okay.
Make it real.
Okay. So, how much did you get charged for your fee? Like, how much did you get fined, sir?
I got fined. It should be in the MDT. I think it was
What's your name?
7,000.
We can look it
Billy-
up right now.
The MDT does not show, sir. I'm not
Billy
gonna lie to
Lynch,
you.
and that's the other thing I was gonna say. The officer that did it didn't even log evidence.
What's
He
your
didn't
name?
fill anything out. I said Billy Lynch
How do you know this?
because I
We
went up
talked
to
a
an
captain
officer.
already,
I went up to an officer and he searched it up.
and he was
He
mad.
searched it up and he could not find it. He didn't see any evidence in the file.
Do you
Nothing.
know the officer's name
Alright,
for this?
Did anyone hear his name? Cause I sure as fuck didn't.
Billy something.
Billy Lynch. The officer's name is Angel Martinez. And
The
then
one that you spoke with about the MDT?
yes, that was a lieutenant. Zach Rogers, I think he said.
Okay.
I told him to if he's in city, you could call him over here. I told him to come here.
Shitty ass court. No support.
I'm hearing a lot.
Oh, damn. I thought it was a lunchroom.
I mean, you're actually allowed to go watch court cases.
Are those my?
It's
Is that my support or are
literally a
those
law
just?
that you're allowed to go and sit and watch random court cases. There's nothing against that. You're like allowed to do that.
Nah, I mean, they should be private. I'm not gonna lie. I
They
definitely
should
don't want
be,
them to
but
be in here.
it's.
right?
I mean, there's a lot of things that
I
the law
mean,
should be.
It's whatever.
You're
I say,
allowed-
brother.
you're
I mean,
You're allowed to go
res-
in and watch court cases. Like, I
You
don't.
give
Of
me
I
your,
told them they can
of
give me your
watch.
phone number.
They can
Give me your
watch,
phone
but the
number.
moment that they disturb, I'm gonna escort them out.
100%. You're right. The moment they.
JB,
you're
give me your
right.
phone number.
Rondo Bartholomew.
Need I remind you, this is my first time in court, brother.
You're all good, brother, man. Mine too.
I'm in.
Mine too.
I've just read over my law book a lot. That's all I'm
You know
not.
what I'm saying? I understand, sir. I
I
understand.
Okay,
keep
Yeah,
one in
so,
the back pocket.
Mr. Whatever you are, I don't remember what you are. Can I speak real quick?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it, brother.
So, are you pressed over $7,600 that you lost when you got arrested?
Are you talking to me, sir?
Yeah, that's what you got fined. You got fined $7,600.
Yeah, I'm very I didn't have a good time in prison at all. Didn't
I
have a good
can't
time in prison. I got
I
bullied.
I
You know, I'm
can't
not a
help
prison
I can't
material.
help what happens in prison. But
Well, I
Permission to
only
speak,
got
Your
sent
Honor?
there because of false arrest, sir, by your
Well, then,
officers, and
listen,
bad things
brother,
happened to
like
me.
I
Okay.
said,
All right, hold on. I'm gonna just say this. You know, it should be mainly the lawyer speaking in these. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
is the
sorry.
point of having a lawyer. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? Most respectful way. I'm not trying to be in any way disrespectful, but at the same time, it should be the lawyer, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Your Honor,
I'm
What's up,
sorry, he
brother?
asked
there's
me a
no
question.
smoking in here, brother. If
I
you
would
don't
like
mind
to point
popping
out
another
that there
one.
is a
Damn
gun,
it.
81
Please
pistol
and thank
rounds,
you. Please and thank you.
4,900 dirty money, and 23 cosmic kush bags in evidence of the MDT.
Oh shit.
Do you have any idea about
Yeah, we
that,
have
sir?
confusion because we were just
Yeah.
If you
talking to
think
them a few
about
hours ago, and they
Sid
all of a
Space
sudden
Chair,
think we just talked to them.
there's
They
a
didn't have
pretty
that.
good chance that you'll
We
find a
Did
literally
gun,
just
you
brother.
talked to
have that
them.
on you, sir?
Okay, so this is the other thing I wanted to say.
menu.
So I had 0 things on my person, as I said, and they said that they
Uh-huh.
found drugs in someone's car. I don't even think they did the research of whose car it was. At our home area, they said they found drugs in there, and that's what those are in the evidence. I had nothing on my person, and I got a body cam to prove it.
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
So they're gonna say it was at a gang block. Is that not correct? It was a gang block. So multiple
What's
people
a
who make illegal money could have all types of cars on that block. And they also didn't run the car that my client was in. They didn't run the car. On top of that, this is the first time of evidence we're hearing of evidence. We had just talked to the captain probably about 2 hours ago. All of a sudden they have
What
evidence now.
captain did you talk to?
Let me 1 second.
Which
Can I speak real quick, Judge?
Yes, sir. I mean,
So
yes, ma'am.
you're saying to me that he was in a car that was not registered in his name, and so you're basically what you're telling me. So we took him out of the car, and then we searched the car, and you're saying that wasn't his car?
No,
Is it
you got it.
impossible that he's driving
got it.
someone
You
else's
got it wrong.
car? I
It's
don't
also not
see
his
what you're
gun.
saying. You act like it's impossible someone can be driving someone else's car. You made it sound like he's automatically a thief or something. Why is my client
No, I'm just
automatically a thief?
saying. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
all of a sudden he's in
you're
someone else's
saying
car. You didn't say
no,
that
no.
it could be
Let me speak
that
real
someone
quick.
else
Okay,
has
let me
the
speak.
car. All of a
Okay.
sudden,
Let me.
someone
Okay,
else's
Bro,
car.
everybody,
keep it.
relax, please. Everybody, relax. Okay. Obviously, she was asking a question. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to get a little crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? She was
Got a
just
little
asking a question.
defensive.
Can you? There's no need for that, sir. But can you answer the question, sir? That she asked.
Yes, I can.
All right, go for it.
I just want to make it for the records. I was not in a car at all, anywhere when they were near me. They searched random cars around when they came up to me and they saw a drug handoff. We were at our home turf, and they supposedly saw a handoff like when I'm just on the sidewalk, public street. I was just giving the girl a candy bar. Okay, I was just giving her a candy bar, and then they said that they saw a handoff. The handoff could have been anything. So when they searched me, there was nothing on my person, is what I'm trying to say. And so those drugs that are in the evidence is whatever was in that car. That's like in the garage. I don't even know if they ran the plates for that, but that car was never even in any of the scene.
All right, yes, sir. What were the charges? What were the charges? What were the charges?
It was drug trafficking, and I think that was it.
It was drug
Fleeing fleeing.
It was definitely just drug trafficking, and you definitely had a reduction. So I'm gonna shut my mouth before I.
again. Can I have permission to speak?
Yes, sir.
Reduction doesn't mean correct.
it's not about what my fine and what my time was. It's about the false arrest, sir, and the stuff I went through when I was in prison.
Okay.
I already stated that on the record. And I could get 1 month. You know, it could be 1 month that I'm in prison and I could potentially, you know, die. I could get shanked. Okay. Prison is not a place for people that can't handle prison. I may look ripped, but I'm going to tell you something. There's some dirty criminals in prison. I did not deserve to be there. So that is why we were in this courtroom.
Okay, I have one question to ask, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying the officer saw you, right? Can you confirm this, right?
Sorry, repeat that.
You said the officer
This the
did or
nigga I be
didn't
talking
see
about. This
you.
is she.
I need to.
This is the one I be talking about.
Yeah. I'm assuming that the officer was around the corner. He saw me like walk up to a person, but there was no hand-to-hand handoff. Like, you know, no money, no bags, nothing.
But there was a 911 call as soon as that happened.
I mean,
So
that's not. I have
Reporting
no.
person selling
There's no way I
drugs
would know
at
of
your
that.
location. No. We have it on
Permission.
our end. We get a 911 call every time.
Permission
brother.
to speak, Your Honor.
Well,
Yes,
they
sir.
never told
Yes,
me.
So
sir.
how is there a 911 call as soon as there's a drug happening in handoff? There should be some sort
A
of delay.
citizen report you.
That might be you
Citi-
know, someone else in the
citi-
gang-related area.
Citizens, you know, they
Were there
usually
multiple
like
people
to.
in this area?
So citizens usually like to call 911 whenever they, you know. Well, I'm not gonna say anything else, but like, you know, what I'm saying that it's every now and again. You know, I'm not gonna say when exactly or when it does it, but they definitely
Completely
do
understood,
call
Your
them.
Honor. But my point is, they called the police saying, you know, someone's selling drugs. Did they have a description? This is an area where multiple drug deals happen.
But they're allowed to. They're allowed to look around the area, and if there's any suspicious activity, they're allowed to pursue that.
Oh, I
There's
agree
nothing
100%.
against with
But
that. You know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
100%. I do agree. Where's the description though? If somebody sees somebody selling drugs,
They
the dispatch
they
should ask for a description.
they don't need to give it. They don't need to give a description. You know what I'm saying, brother? They don't need to.
So you can just press anybody selling drugs.
No, I'm not
The-
saying that. I'm saying like if they sell drugs in that
Judge.
area and it is
Right,
reported,
but-
they're allowed to look around, and if there's any suspicious activity, they're allowed to put them in cuffs. Doesn't matter.
Understood.
Doesn't
Understood.
matter.
My point,
Judge.
Your Honor, is he said if you don't see any drugs and money transaction, you know, if he didn't correctly see it, you know, for all we know, a handoff can be anything, Your Honor. So I don't.
Yeah, but if he's moving his hands and there's, you know, money involved in their hands and there is, you know, selling drugs in that area or whatever, you know, reports of it, they're allowed to detain and question. You know what I'm saying? They are allowed. They're
100%.
also allowed to ask, and if they did see a suspicious handoff, they are allowed to search them. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Especially if it's in that area.
So that next brings up my next question. You said they're allowed to search. They never found anything on
You guys take a
my
seat,
client's
please.
person. In the car of the
Hello?
I have the high drug traffic area, correct?
Please, if you don't mind.
I also have
you can ask the question, sir.
also have a body
we'll get
cam
to
of
that.
them.
All right.
Not
Yeah, I don't like the terminology press. We're the police department. We're not a gang.
We
We don't
protect and
press
serve, brother.
people to try and fuck with them. We go up and question them if something happens. I mean, if you like to reword it, that'd be cool.
No,
But
it doesn't have to be
pressing is
reworded.
not.
We meant when we said pressed.
Yeah,
Police
you
are the
mean
biggest gang
yeah?
in America.
Oh.
All right, sir. Let's not, sir. You're a
that
lawyer.
sounds
Let's
like-
stay a little bit more
That sounds
professional.
like
you know what I'm saying?
prejudice. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, so my next thing is, right,
Fuck
you
outta
said
here.
my officer, you said the captain that said there was nothing in it. Are you sure that, you know, the judge and like any other captain checked it was the right one? Because what I'm hearing is that you're accusing of my cop is a dirty cop.
No, I never said
better-
he was a dirty cop. I just said he was unprofessional. That was more so the argument.
Even
No,
I
better.
don't think he
what
was
it
a dirty
sounds
cop.
like
No,
is
hold
like
on, Tyler,
I don't
hold
think
on.
he was a dirty cop at all. I think he was unprofessional and just didn't go by the rule book. There was
I have
nothing
a
about him that was
better-
dirty.
Better question. What's the name of the captain you spoke to?
What was the name of the captain we spoke to earlier today? You remember?
Earlier the captain was. Are you talking about for the MDT?
Yeah.
No, the MDT was it wasn't a captain. It was what's his name? Lieutenant Zach Rogers. He
Okay,
searched the
so
MDT. There was
he cannot check evidence on MDT. He's a lieutenant. He cannot check it.
okay, but that doesn't
I mean,
make
it
the
does.
fact where
It
no.
kind of
Let me,
does change the fact that you said there was no evidence in the MDT, and then they magically found it. If
All right,
you asked a lieutenant and he can't check it, then that could mean that the evidence was always there.
okay, but can I explain something?
Yes, go ahead.
There is he said also in the MDT, which he will see. There was no description of the incident, no proper filed like of my records. Nothing was properly filled out.
Judge, if you're looking for it, it's ID 6342.
Nothing of the incident.
I haven't even hit that.
What was these people entering the courtroom?
What the hell?
Thugs.
Subdog.
But take a seat, please. If the first time you disrupt the courtroom, I will have to escort you out.
Oh my god. Gotcha.
This is kind of cool. Niggas
Sir,
split up.
please no smoking in this courtroom. That's not allowed.
Yeah.
Who's smoking?
Why are we quiet and scared?
So
Jury at.
what do you guys think the settlement offer would be for you guys? PD captains.
Oh, huh?
Permission?
Oh, what's up, Tyler?
Respectfully, I mean, he's done said that there was no recognition of who the car belonged to. So that means that, obviously there's something weird going on with the car registration. He's admitted to the handoff of something. The officer seems well within his rights of what happened. And the fact that there is evidence, as Carly suggested, should state that there was a crime committed.
Yeah.
My officers would not do anything, I'm a FTO, I train them well. My officers really, really, really do not do anything against what they're supposed to do.
Lawyer, unless your client has proof that he was, as he said, handing the passerby a candy bar.
Facts. Is there proof that there was a candy bar involved somewhere?
Did you guys ask the person he gave the candy bar to? Or did you guys instantly go to the person who gave the candy bar?
Did you?
It sounds like you're supposed to do that.
Did you bring them?
He said he gave them a candy bar.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask the question. If somebody is buying drugs, you're supposed to talk to the person who's buying drugs too. They have drugs on them, in theory. So why didn't you go, babe? I'm in the middle of something, babe. Chill. I'm literally in a court case. Just 5 seconds,
the person
please.
selling was the one that was arrested.
You're literally asking me like I'm talking. What?
The buyer ended up getting away.
What? Talk to me now. I'm not talking. What?
We tried to catch him, but we couldn't catch both of them
bro.
at the same time. We were short-staffed.
What, babe? What?
You heard it from him.
You couldn't have waited 10 seconds?
Wait, hold on. We were short-staffed. Were you there, sir?
No, sir, but I have access to the logs.
But you're like spamming, like you couldn't wait 5-10 seconds.
Okay, well that.
I'm literally in the middle of a court case.
That doesn't.
I've seen who all logged on and clocked into the duty system for us, brother.
How often do court cases?
Okay, well, but you weren't there.
Okay. So, do you have evidence, as they said, because it was never answered? Do you have evidence of the, exchange of the chocolate bar, sir?
I got evidence of the whole entire thing. I could show it if needed to be.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
What evidence do you need of giving a chocolate bar? It costs about $5 for a chocolate bar. Like you couldn't just be giving a chocolate bar to someone kind. Like what evidence do you actually need for a chocolate bar?
Rebuttal, sir.
Receipt?
Yes, sir.
With all due respect, we're claiming that you sold drugs. We have said drugs within the evidence. And with that being said, you're claiming that you did not, that it was only a candy bar that we saw handed off. So with all due respect, we would like evidence stating and showing that there was just simply a candy bar to prove your innocence. That's all. We've not asked anything else from you yet.
So I would like to see a short, 15-second clip of the exchange of the candy bar, if you do have that, sir.
Okay. Can I ask real quick? But can I ask these officers a question?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Okay. So basically, let's make a little thing here. Say you're going to arrest someone. You see a handoff. You go to search the person. There's no drugs, no money on the person. Are you gonna arrest that person?
If we see them exchange a pill bottle to
Say no.
a,
I didn't say that. I said
you said
say.
exchange.
No, can she speak, brother?
I wasn't.
This is her rebuttal.
Hold on.
All right,
hold on.
go ahead.
Let him.
If I see exchange, and it depending on the situation, let's say if I get a call right there that someone is trying to sell drugs, I would definitely pull them over and
Permission
arrest
to
them.
speak,
Yes.
Your Honor. Permission to speak. Exchange means they
Yes,
got
sir.
something out of it. My client had nothing on him, on his person. They claim they found something in a car that wasn't his.
Okay.
But
That
with
I
that
was
being
never
said,
even in when
that
they
he's
moved
never
in.
even in a car. So
Sir, I get you. They didn't claim that though. You guys did, sir. You
No,
guys claimed that it
the
was in a car, sir.
the officers said that they found drugs in a car.
But I'm saying like you're saying it like they said it. You know what I mean? Like the
But
officers to my left.
yes,
We're
but
going-
they
no,
found
no,
drugs
no.
in a car.
Okay,
And they're
but
trying to
you
say
guys.
that was the evidence. My client
Yes,
had no
okay.
evidence on his person. You know what I'm saying, officer?
Judge,
Or judge,
Yes, sir.
Your
to
Honor.
speak real quick.
Yes, sir.
We're going off what you say here. I'm gonna be real. Like we aren't the officers that were there. We're just the ones who are around to do this case.
We're hearing your story and going
We're
off
hearing
of what we know
yes,
from our
we're hearing
officers.
we're hearing what you say, even about our officers, because we haven't heard everything about it from them. So we're going off what they said from you.
Okay.
That being said, Your Honor, as well as
I can
I.
I can explain it all. If you want me to just explain it all to you.
I would still like to go back to the point to where we need that proof, brother.
Yeah, we need that proof of the exchange.
All right. How do you want to do this? You want to do this in waiting?
Waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting on support. All right.
What? Also, one of your officers said we can't use clips as.
What?
Yeah, he literally said that. He was like, "Oh, you're saying body cam is an excuse?"
You can have GoPros and.
So you can? Yeah. So that's what I asked.
Things like that.
I'm genuinely concerned. I'm not actually pressing the issue.
We're asking for it right now. You know.
No, I got you. I got you. I'm just
Here's
like
your proof,
literally
brother.
the one that we had talked to earlier at the station. He literally tried to say that we couldn't use it.
Hold up, we're watching body cam, so please.
I'm talking. Okay.
Can we see the body cam too?
No, sir. Please excuse yourself from the courtroom. Thank you. In or out, man. In or out.
Well, he said, please excuse yourself from the courtroom, and then he said in or out, so I'm confused.
I said from. Nah.
Oh, shit.
I said please excuse yourself from the front of the courtroom, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Either go sit down in a position, you know what I'm saying, or stay outside. But
Yeah, because you were cool from the beginning. I want to go back in there.
They didn't prove shit was stolen either. If they try to say he in a vehicle, can you prove if the vehicle was stolen? Since we want to play the proof game, prove the vehicle was stolen. It don't gotta be. If it's not reported
Correct.
stolen, then it's not stolen.
brother, this is in
No,
city court, and that's not how it works.
No,
Alright.
none of that bullshit. No sugarcoating it. If it was stolen, it would have been reported stolen. So if it's not reported stolen, then it's not stolen.
Gotcha.
I can't do nothing about that.
I'm saying
Oh.
he had no money on him if it's a drug deal. That's how a drug deal works.
Nigga, Tubi? I don't know. Oh,
Hey.
the meeting room. Alright, brother. But look, I gotta go back in here. Go ahead and either stay inside.
That means you gave someone some shit, bro.
Conquavis, what are we doing here?
Appreciate y'all, man.
See it. I'm pretty sure they left, yeah.
I'm sorry I left, Your Honor.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's why he was.
But that's the next one.
In the clip, in the body cam that he has presented, all right, it does show that there were drugs, but the drugs were never discovered by the officer.
That's not how this works.
So
Permission to speak, Your Honor?
give me 1 second, sir.
You just put self-incriminating evidence in there?
Oh, hey, lawyer. I also want to tell you, they said I asked them questions in the cell. I told them if they found any drugs. If they found any
Obviously,
drugs,
you're not gonna
and
incriminate yourself, sir, because if it wasn't discovered, then you know what I'm saying, that's inadmissible. But how much bags did you drop? All of this is inadmissible. We cannot use that to, you know,
okay.
go any further. Just how many bags did you drop?
Wait.
I believe it was around like three bags.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, there's not. I'm gonna say that was not discovered due to where it was placed, due to how far he was away.
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie.
So
Okay,
the
bet.
officer
Cause say
definitely
the
did just
nigga would
pull
have
up
placed
and,
in
you
a
know,
bush.
guess and assume
You know what
that
I'm
it was
saying?
him. But
Oh, a coke in a bush.
obviously
They
he
probably
started
found that
sprinting
shit.
away whenever
But
the
the nigga
person
placed
pulled up. So
the
it
nigga
was
placed
kind
a
of
little
like
8-ball in the bush.
skittish.
They might.
So yes,
I
they
see what
did
he's
put you
trying to
in
say.
cuffs, which was valid. You know what I'm saying? So I can't go 100K for something like this because the only times that I'm really gonna submit 100K, you know, settlement or anything like that is when like somebody dies by an officer or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I
the
got
worst case possible.
Get permission to speak, Your Honor?
What's up,
permission to
sir?
speak
What's up,
as
sir?
well.
So, with all due respect here, it sounds like, you know, maybe we were at some sort of fault. Would you guys say the same? Just barely? We still arrested a criminal. We just arrested the wrong, you know, the wrong one for the wrong drugs. So, but here's the deal, man. At the end of the day, we were still right to arrest you for being in that area selling drugs, brother.
Oh,
At every
yeah,
link
permission
to
to speak, Your Honor.
go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, first of all, if someone sells something, what exactly did my client get off of that? He should have something on his person.
He did run away though, which kind of makes him guilty. He was running away from the cop car, sir.
He could have ducked that off at any given moment, brother.
He was running.
Yeah,
Everybody
permission
runs
to
from the
speak.
cop car. Oh, okay.
I mean, 100%, 100%, but that's still against
If
the
they don't
law either
find
way,
it though,
brother.
that's pretty dismissible, but it's respectable.
Of course, 100%, but there was drugs
That's
found, and
how
he
court
was
case
right
works.
in the
If
area.
the
You know what I'm
police don't
saying?
find it, you know, I get what you're saying though.
Judge, permission to speak.
What's up, sir?
Oh,
With
okay.
all due respect, they presented the exact evidence that we have, you know, incriminated him for. I'm not entirely sure why we can't just go ahead and get a dismissal here, brother.
Permission to
I'm gonna
speak.
be real.
What's up, sir?
All right. So I want it to be noted that you said that you are at fault for moving in on the arrest. So you already admitted a
No,
false arrest.
I did not see the video, brother. My higher ups here did.
I know.
So
I'm
at
just
the end of the day, the information he just gave me talking about brother ran away, I didn't know that information. Now that I know that he could have ducked off, nah, brother. I'm not so convinced anymore.
What do you mean ducked off?
He ran
So
away, correct?
you
So
did
Permission to speak.
okay. Hold
hold
on.
on,
We have a
lawyer.
chance.
Hold on 1 second, sir. So in the video, the 15-second short clip that I seen for the body cam, all right, I see him try to speak to a lady walking down the sidewalk, and the lady tells
I already
him
know,
no,
bro. I'm gonna say,
and then
so if a
calls
nigga
the
ducked off, why
police.
didn't they
He
just
runs
trace the
away,
path he ducked
hides the
off to find
evidence
what he
in
did?
a bush.
That's what police
Obviously,
do.
that's
That's what good
inadmissible. We're
police.
not
That's
allowed
what
to
good
use that
policing
because it was
is.
not discovered and found. Okay, but obviously, you did start running when the cops pulled up, and you were right in that area. You were the only one in that area. So, in my opinion, it wasn't.
Oh my god!
It wasn't a bad or like invalid arrest. I definitely think you guys should have been cuffed. Well, he should have been cuffed, and also he was definitely, in my opinion, in a way, fleeing and evading. He was definitely fleeing from the PD.
Okay. Permission to speak.
Yes, sir.
You say fleeing and evading as if there were sirens and stuff. I did not know the cops were coming up. I ditched the evidence because the lady said, "Fuck that, I'm calling the
why you-
cops." And there was just a cop around that came up and questioned me for the past time. So I was
Permission.
nervous. Hold on, let me talk. I was nervous, and for all we know, I could have had a muscle cramp of me running away. You know, I could have ran away like that. You said I ditched the evidence, which yes, I ditched the evidence, and when they moved up, therefore, when they searched me, they detained me, and I died in custody. I want to say that I don't know how, but when they cuffed me, I died, and I also want to say that they fired lethal force at us with us not doing anything.
Objection, Your Honor. He did state at the beginning of this that he had no idea that she even called the cops or that the cops had been called or any of that. At this point, they're just wasting our time, Your Honor.
When did we say that?
Bogus claim.
At the beginning of this courtroom, I have it all on this body cam on my chest, brother.
There has
That
been a
doesn't-
little bit of mix-ups
Permission
with
to
the story.
speak, Your Honor. Never mind, y'all got it.
Go ahead, sir.
I'll let you guys talk.
Go ahead,
you,
sir.
You finish, sir. My fault. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. There has been a little bit of story changes. There has been 2 or 3 story changes. You know what I'm saying? We need to get a clear-cut story right here, right now, so we fully understand.
I say we take a
Because I have
recess.
heard.
Both parties go to both their sides, and we take a recess. Because there's a lot of story. There's confusion on both ends over here. I think everyone needs to take a second to regroup. I'm requesting a recess on my end.
Objection, Your Honor. It's just another it's just another stall tactic. We've given all of the evidence that we need. We've not even had to really present much evidence. They presented
Stop.
all of the incriminating evidence to themselves. At the end of the day, what do we do?
Permission
here,
to speak.
What's up, sir?
Once again, they found nothing on my client. Running for he can, even if you want to say he ran from the police, running from the police is nothing. If you want to say he stashed something, you guys should have done your police duty and followed the track that he ran from to find what he stashed. That's the big issue. If he quote unquote stashed something, so the fact that you guys never found true evidence is not bogus. I'm sorry. It's
Okay,
not.
so
That doesn't make sense.
So, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I do think he should have been charged. He should have been, charged with trespassing, maybe not drug possession, drug trafficking, whatever. Because he was charged with drug trafficking and not drug possession because he wasn't found with it, Obviously they put it into evidence because that's what they found in a car, in a vehicle. So I'm assuming due to those reasonings and due to why he was arrested and what he was sent to jail for, I do believe your guys' story, but it is a little bit different.
Well,
So
Your Honor, their story is also different because they're not even speaking on their behalf. My client's actually speaking on his behalf.
Yeah,
they're speaking.
Their story is
they're
different
speaking
based
as
off
captains.
of. Yeah, they can be captains, but they weren't there. My client was actually there. They can be captains
Brother,
if they want.
may I speak for
The
2 seconds?
CIA, the FBI lies about us, Your Honor. You know what I'm saying? They can be captains all they want. It doesn't mean nobody can. We're all human here, Your Honor. You understand? He was there. They weren't.
They're just trying to understand the story, though. You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
but
They're
they
going
still
off of
weren't
what
there.
you're telling them,
Okay.
and from what
We're
I
the
hear,
higher ups. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Judge.
Yeah, facts.
I did not mean
Ev-
to interrupt you, Judge. But
everybody, please relax. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know everybody wants to speak. Just everybody, please relax. But what did you guys have to say? You have your hands up, so I'll let you speak first.
Okay. Permission to approach this thing for one last final of all the things that everything happened. I'll
Yes,
explain
sir.
everything that
Yes,
happened.
sir.
All right.
It's the wrong.
I'm gonna go on this
POV.
side so you guys can hear me.
That's the wrong.
Okay?
Okay.
You guys all hear me fine?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. So I'm gonna crack this down, break this down. I was at
I
my
gotta
home
pee so
turf.
bad.
All right, at my home, my home, you know, just relaxing, kicking back with two of my buddies. The officer comes up about drug sales in the area. He starts asking me questions. I said, "No, I didn't see anything around here. Didn't see anything happen or anything." So that way, so therefore, like I already
gotta
know
pee
that
so
the
bad.
cops are gonna be around, or, just looking, searching the area and stuff. So a little bit goes by. I do a handoff. They say they see the handoff. They didn't have any, so they come up to me. Might add too, I did run a little bit. I ditched the evidence. They didn't have any evidence. They never found what I ditched. And then they ran me over. I will add that they ran me over. Then they eventually detained me. They got me in cuffs. And then while they were doing that, they ran up
So
the
professional.
stairs
Sorry,
for my other two guys, and they fired their guns at them. Okay, there was no. They didn't say anything. They didn't fire their guns. The officers shot at us with lethal force for no reason.
Hold on.
After
So
that,
take one break for like 30 seconds. All right, brother. Give me 1
right.
second.
Respectfully, he did just give us every bit of that evidence in a testimony.
why not just let this nigga test me?
Literally even claim the evidence as part of the scene. Excuse me?
What evidence did he claim exactly?
I'm talking to my companions, brother.
Yeah, let's just leave it for now. For right now, I will mention it later.
For sure. Just making sure that that's noted, you know.
Nah, the payment definitely come out of these niggas' pockets because these niggas is trying a little too hard.
Make sure that's on there. Check.
All right, I apologize for that, brother. I'm back. You can continue with your story. I sincerely apologize.
that's okay. So yeah, they did. So they fired at us, using lethal force. We didn't do anything wrong. There's no reason why they should have fired at us. Then I died in custody. I don't know how. I just died.
We seem to forget he's suing the police department.
They got
We're
us
not
up. They all
suing.
took us back.
We're
to
not
the
suing his
station.
cases.
From
We're
there,
suing the whole police
on the way
department
to
for
the
not being
station,
professional.
right as we're pulling out, they said something about, "Oh, you think you're slick." Or I quote. He said like, "I think you think you're slick. We found the drugs in the car." And I'm like, "What car?" Because in that whole thing there was no car. The cars were in the parking garage, and it's a public parking garage. Any cars could be there.
Mm-hmm.
So they were talking about, which I'm assuming that's got to be the drugs that they put in my evidence file. So going back to the station, we get to the station. I was talking to one of them. I requested a lawyer. I told them, do not send any of my guys off. I have a lawyer for all of us. All right. And they said, okay. And then I was speaking to, his name was Lieutenant Clark Dredd. And when I was speaking to Lieutenant Clark Dredd, he told the officers not to send anyone away. And what did they do while I was talking to Clark Dredd? They sent one of my boys away. They put him on the transport bus and took him to the prison. Okay? And so therefore, he said, okay, well, there's nothing we can do now. We can't let you go because he already he fucked up. And he said, I'm quoting, by the way, quote, you know, he said they fucked up. They weren't supposed to send them, but that is my bad, unquote. And then I said, okay, well, that's, you know, that's kind of fucked up. So now we're gonna have to be charged and take this to court or whatever. And he was like, well, yeah, if you need to. And so while they were getting my charges all put up and getting ready to send me away, he was gonna put me with drug. What was it? What was my charges again? If you don't mind me asking, captains.
With drug trafficking, brother.
Yeah, drug trafficking. So yeah, they were gonna put drug possession on me, and I'm like, and I told Officer Angel Martinez, I was like, why are you charging me with drug possession? I didn't have anything on me. And he said, oh yeah, you're right. You got me there, brother. My bad. And I'm like, okay. So therefore, I shouldn't be getting charged at all because he admitted right there saying that there was no drugs on me. And I got arrested for seeing a drug handoff. All right. Going a little bit forward. Sorry, I'm yapping a little bit, but it's a long scene. Going a little forward. The officer starts calling me. The other officer in the back that was there, he starts calling me. What did he say? He starts calling me names, not being professional. All right? And then Lieutenant Clark Dredd had to pull him away because he was being not professional at all. And then I just got jailed up. I got jailed off.
I got you. Alright.
And I want to add too that when I was in prison, like I said already, it was not a good time.
Okay. So what do you guys, you know, suing the PD for now? What is the main reasoning? Like, tell me the main details for it. What's the suing for?
Okay. Well, the main detail or the main reasons why I'm suing is because false arrest. You may disagree, but it definitely is false arrest if they didn't have the drugs on my person.
I got you.
Permission to
So
speak,
false
Your Honor, when he
arrest.
has a chance.
No, like they use lethal force on us, so I'm not really sure what that one would be called. Unlawful use of force or whatever.
Okay.
They fired, you know, bullets at us. And then, yeah, I mean that's basically it. I mean, false arrest. Yeah, about those two. Those are the two main things.
Okay.
So,
So,
or judge, sorry.
what's up?
May we send someone up?
What's up, sir?
May we send Mr. Jones up?
Yes, sir.
You're whispering.
Speak up a little bit.
You're whispering.
Sorry. Can everyone hear me now?
One more time, please. I can't hear you that well over here, my man.
Can you all hear me now, brother?
Yep, yes,
Everything
sir,
good?
sir, I can hear
Everything
you.
good?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
all
sir.
good in the courtroom?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So let me just get this straight, brother. What you just admitted here was that our officers found evidence in a different car connected to the scene as well. And on top of that, you got away with stashing your own evidence and have placed that evidence within the courtroom upon yourself today. Not to mention,
Okay. I just like to say the evidence part, we're stashing it inadmissible. We're not allowed to talk about it. We can't use that.
Okay. I'm sorry. We'll
You're all
reject
good.
that.
You're all good. You're all good.
But we will say that there was still evidence upon the same scene containing the drugs that you have submitted today. That there wasn't a candy bar. We can't talk about that part, or no, Judge.
I mean,
considering you said it was a candy bar, it wasn't a candy
yes,
bar.
we can say that it wasn't the drugs, but we're not going to say that he stashes drugs or he
Right, no, it has
specifically
nothing to
had
do
the
with
drugs.
stashing the drugs.
Correct.
I just want to make sure that there were still drugs found upon the same scene that our boys was called to a 911 about, referring that there was drugs being sold.
Objection.
You run from us.
Your Honor, objection.
What's up, sir?
Why is he automatically connected to the scene to the drug trafficking that
I
was called by the
was just
police?
about to get to that, Your Honor.
From
All
what
right,
I
what's
know,
up,
my
sir?
knowledge, that's a high drug traffic area.
So the reason that I am connecting him to this scene is the fact that he ran from us upon our arrival. The fact that he, did run immediately. And no one else does that. Any civilian that we've ever run into, especially, Emily and Carly and myself, we all talk to these guys mostly on a daily, day-to-day basis. They don't really run from us, man, unless they're doing something wrong. That's something I've grown to, especially in my position, I've grown to learn. It's an experience thing.
Okay.
Not only that, but at the end of the day, he said it right here himself that he was there, that he did everything. Right here during his testimony, even he stated that he, stashed something, ran away, and that we didn't catch him with that, but that there was other drugs on the same scene.
Can't use it against me.
No,
You can't
I'm
use the
not. I'm not
stashing
using the
word. You know what I'm saying?
stashing part. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
that he admitted that there was other drugs on the same scene. His friends were on the same scene.
Oh, okay.
And that all of that was all connected. He himself has stated that right here in this courtroom today.
Yeah, I gave you a brief explanation of what happened. I mean, I gave you the explanation of what happened, and it was, I mean, multiple things.
Brother, but all of the I mean, you just incriminated yourself with everything that you've explained. I mean,
that can't. It's hear me making my testimony of why it's false arrest and unlawful use of force.
so were you or were you not selling drugs within the same location of the 911 call that
Objection.
my officer attended?
Okay.
Is he the prosecutor? Can he ask these questions, Your Honor?
He presented the evidence himself.
This is
Your
not the
Honor.
prosecutor. There's no way he should be able to ask these questions, Your Honor.
I was presented up here by the captain.
But you're not the prosecutor. There's no way you should be able to ask these questions.
Okay.
Well,
I don't have to ask the question.
Okay,
even.
so
I
but
mean,
you
he
are
presented
asking the
himself.
questions, though. You're
Hold
asking
on,
the
order,
questions.
let the judge
please.
Okay.
Please,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Yes, sir.
This nigga not the
so I brought
prosecutor.
them here today to understand the scenario that we're at in, task at hand. Obviously, I'm not making a decision because this isn't, the final decision or whatever. We're here today just to come up with an agreement on a settlement. All right, this is what it is. All right. If you guys don't want to do a settlement,
I ain't
then
gonna lie.
we
If
can
I
go
was
to
sober,
court,
I'd be frying
obviously,
these
and then
niggas.
it'll be on me. It'll be my decision.
I have an
if we do
argument
go to
and I'll
court.
forget it with my
Right now,
high
it's
ass.
not on me. So yes,
Or
he
drunk ass, one
does
or the
have
other.
to ask questions to understand the full story, and I am gonna allow it because it's mainly me being here to be the middleman. I'm not here to make any rash decisions or make any decisions at all. It's mainly them just talking. Obviously, in the future when we do have court, it's gonna be a prosecutor.
They do.
Do you understand, sir? Do you understand, Lord?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand too, Lord? All right.
Yes, Your
sir.
Honor.
All right.
So with that being said, I will rephrase the question just a tad here to make it more suitable. With that being said, sir, did you or did you not present to the judge himself today evidence of you selling drugs within the same scene?
I'm sorry. Objection. He's not the prosecutor.
I'm just trying to gather everything, man. Like you
100%,
said.
but he's not the prosecutor.
Can't
Your
answer
Honor.
these questions because you're literally incriminating. That's
what I'm saying. He's
you're
not the
incriminating
prosecutor.
me.
But you've done it
He doesn't-
yourself, is what I'm asking.
My
Like,
client
did you
doesn't
not
have to
do
answer
that?
questions to him, Your Honor. He's not the
Is that not what happened in the video?
I'd say ask a different question. I don't think
Okay,
he has to answer that question.
Thank you.
Okay,
You can't answer.
I already.
You can't ask no questions, bro. You're not the prosecutor.
Arrested. I did my
Fuck.
time. I did prison time.
Nigga piss me off.
So let me ask
This
you
nigga
this
asking
then,
these
brother. What are you
incriminating ass
asking from us
questions. Nigga just
today?
a cop, bro. What the fuck?
What are you asking from us today?
Here.
How do we move from this forward?
I'm asking for a good amount of a settlement because of
Which would be what to you, brother?
I mean,
considering all of the facts that you were doing criminal behavior, right? We've already established that things have went down
that
a
means
little
it
bit
is
south.
stashed
So
away.
what
That
would be
means-
a good settlement to you? We've established that it was 76 out of your pocket, a little bit of jail time, probably nothing crazy.
Okay.
So what I'm concerned, it was what? How long? Do you
Permission
mind
to
checking
speak,
that?
sir?
Permission to speak, Your Honor, when he speaks.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
You can speak first,
Okay.
Billy.
All right. So I want something for you to understand. You're saying that I did illegal drugs, like handoffs and stuff. They didn't find anything on me, so
They have
therefore,
the handoff that you did a handoff, and I asked you for evidence of said handoff, and you presented evidence of you selling drugs, brother.
but that's not. They didn't have that, is what I'm saying. That's not what the police had. That's out of this.
I
Get what
don't
I
even
mean?
have what the police have. I have what's presented to me today, and that is what you presented to me today.
I'm saying of what they saw. They didn't see
You have to go off of
a
what the
money
arrest
in a
was, my
bag
man.
hand. They
So
didn't see a money in a bag
none of this
hand.
that's brought in here today can be admissible then? Like,
Well,
not even
ultimately,
the fact that
ultimately,
what
we're
I
suing
asked him.
PD. We're not suing the arrest. We're still
I
suing
feel
PD.
like-
No,
the whole
I
department.
get that, but what I'm asking is like the whole scene still makes it criminalistic because what I've asked him is I've asked him to show the proof that he was just selling a candy bar, which he stated. That is what he stated, he claimed, and that he stuck by, right? So at the end of the day, I asked for the proof of that, and the proof that was given was him selling drugs instead. I'm not talking about him hiding it. The proof that he was given us for the candy bar was drugs.
Objection, Your Honor. It's the police's job to prove it's a candy bar. That's their job. Is literally to prove it.
I just proved it. Your brother.
They should have asked the person
Yes.
who received the candy bar.
So,
Sir,
So
with all due
the
respect, it
officers-
just got proven with your own personal body
But
cam.
you have. That's what I'm saying. You have to use the arrest at the time. You saying personal body cam, but personal
You're
body
using
cam
what
wasn't
I'm
available at the
showing.
time
You
of
can't do
arrest. You're
that.
saying visible.
I mean, you're
right now.
bringing. You brought that to the courtroom as evidence to show that you were using a candy bar.
After we was
as I
told it, we
claimed
couldn't
that it
use
was not a
evidence
candy.
of body cam though. All of a sudden, now we
I don't
actually
know who
can't.
told you that,
The
brother.
same
It was-
officer
it
that
was
told
me.
us we didn't have what's it called? That we didn't have evidence.
I can tell you right now here within the courtroom that you can,
Okay,
brother.
okay,
I
well,
know
that's
that.
gracious.
I'll
That's
leave
most
it be.
gracious,
I'll leave
man.
it be. But
That's most gracious.
Just for now, let's
we're
sit
just in
back
a
behind.
no
Yes, sir.
argument. We're just
I'm
in a
here.
miscommunication. Nothing.
I'm not
issue,
trying to
issue.
argue.
Hold on,
We're
hold on.
trying
I
to
got
figure
you.
this
Hold
out.
on,
I
hold on,
agree.
hold on. I just
We're trying to
want
figure it
everybody
out.
chill. I just want everybody chill. I just want
Understood.
No,
everybody
we're
chill.
chilling, brother.
So-
All the way.
We're trying to figure it out.
So
That's all.
the main reason why I asked for the clip, all right, officer, all right,
Yes, sir.
the main reason why I asked for the body cam was to prove or justify the fact of why the police officers pulled up. You know what I'm saying? So it does justify the fact that they pulled up. Okay, it justifies the
right.
fact that they pulled up due to a drug call, not the fact that he had it or he was using a candy.
Thank
So
you.
it was a
Thank
drug call,
you.
but you don't know who it is. That's the reason why I asked for the body cam.
Right,
All right,
right.
sir?
So, but with that being said, sir, I will state out that at the beginning of us, the reasoning for the body cam was to prove that, you know what I mean, he was passing a candy bar to somebody to prove his innocence today.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
So at the end of the day, he
presented.
presented that own evidence to us, and I didn't use anything to do with him, you know, stashing the
With
drugs
all
or
due
anything.
respect, can they prove that it was
That was
not a
not
body
a
cam or a
candy
candy
bar.
bar? They can't prove it was not a candy bar.
I mean, they went there. They went there for a drug sale. So
That's
I mean,
fine,
at the
but
end of the
how did-
day, that officers can use that, and I'm gonna allow that. Officers can
100%.
use it.
But they
With all due
they went
respect,
for
sir,
a
I'm
drug
not
call.
I'm not using anything to do with him stashing it or anything like that, brother. I'm just saying that, you know, we asked you for allowed evidence that, you know, you stashed or had the candy bar transaction and it wasn't a candy bar, and that's what I'm using right now here.
100%. But they can't prove it was not a candy bar.
Did you? What was prevented or
It
presented
wasn't a
inside
candy
of
bar.
that?
That's
It
what it
was
was.
not?
It was not a. It was definitely a drug call 911 drug sale. That's what it was.
So
Okay,
how can you
okay.
prove it was my
Okay.
client?
Okay.
That's the same. How can you prove it
Okay,
was my
okay,
client if it's
Tyler
a high drug
Jones.
trafficking?
No, yep,
Can you come back, please?
I rest my case then, brother.
Yeah.
I was misinformed.
Sorry about that, sir.
Oh crap.
With that all being said, lawyer, defendant, what are we looking here for? What are we here looking for?
All right. Permission to speak?
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for possible between of all that I've went through, you know, everything I stated. I'm looking for what's the highest amount you guys could give,
You know, Rhino know. I already know Rhino know.
because I was looking for a lot more, but they said that they could only give a certain amount, so I need to know what they could give.
At this time of moment, PD, BCSO, and DOJ has agreed upon that it's 100K max we can give out.
All right, so then I guess we'll just go with that.
Nigga went 100.
As I stated when we first started, 100K is for like more severe crimes, like you getting absolutely murdered by PD. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, my honor. He said that they use lethal weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but-
stated that they killed. Use lethal
we're
Hold up,
suing,
hold up.
We're suing PD, not the actual case itself. We're suing the police department. So when
Judge,
they're
can I talk
whatever
real
they have
quick?
that's unprofessional in this case, we're suing on behalf of all of that. Anything that they did that was unprofessional in this case, Your Honor.
Judge, can I talk real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Go
So
for it.
when we originally came here, the first half of this court, we've been, first 20 minutes we've been here. We did not. There was no talking about lethal force, but all of a sudden,
He
when
said it in his testimony.
Body cam, you start using this against us, which, in turn, this is not turning into the suing that it's supposed to be coming. You're not suing us for the thing that you're suing us for anymore. You're suing us for something completely different now,
Permission to speak.
which is
Permission
not
to speak,
allowed.
Your Honor.
That is false. Okay, I don't know if you were here, but I brought up to the captains I spoke to earlier. I brought up the lethal force. I brought up to the judge the lethal force. I brought up to the lieutenant that I talked to at the station about the lethal force. I've brought it up almost every single time. The only time I haven't brought it up is right here, but I brought it up when I made my whole statement about the of everything, when I clarified of everything that that happened.
I will say the only time that you did bring it up was when we were in this room. You didn't never brought it up outside. You only brought up the fact that
Permission to speak, please.
you were wrongfully arrested. Yes, sir. Go for it.
So, Your Honor, you said out there that none of that matters, or specifically them. They were saying we're outside. It doesn't matter. We're not in the real court case. So whatever he said out there shouldn't matter. So if he said it in here, that should actually matter the most.
Okay, but he didn't say it when you were bringing this to the judge.
You need to bring it to me.
He said he was wrongfully arrested,
if I'm
brother.
listening to it, I need to hear it. You know what I'm saying, brother?
But he said it in the courtroom.
The first thing, I need to hear exactly what you guys are suing for.
But he said it in the.
Yeah. Yes.
It doesn't matter, brother.
But why? So why out there it didn't matter, Your Honor? That's my confusion.
Judge,
if out there it didn't matter, now in here.
Hold on. Order. Listen, I never said it didn't matter outside. It matters whenever you're coming to me asking about a case, and I go get officers to bring this case about, for you guys to be processed, for you guys to be talked to, for you guys to sue, for you guys to get, the rightful action that needs to be taken place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm here for. And you guys not telling me as soon as I get here, that needs to be said at all times. That needs to be said. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if it's outside. Doesn't matter if it's anywhere. If you want to talk to me about suing somebody or some, or the PD, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a stuttering here a little bit. Or if you want to sue the PD, it has to be brought up to my attention as soon as I arrive.
That was our initial, Your Honor. That was our initial intentions. That's what
I
we
100%
said.
get that, but
Yeah.
you did not say that in the beginning that they was using lethal force. It was only brought up as soon.
Well,
as
I know, I
in
get that.
here.
That was used as a closing for it. You see how they brought up random evidence on me? I brought up random evidence on them. That was what I was using it. Like I have it written down in my clipboard here. I was literally using all the evidence they had. I was literally using it for when it gets later on in the trial for this specific reason.
Okay.
That's why it came up later in the trial, because I wanted to use it as a counter argument, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's how most court cases go, Your Honor. No disrespect, but I just wanted to use it as a counter argument.
Can I make a statement?
Yes, sir.
So you're saying that we didn't bring it up originally? We didn't bring up all the evidence, Mr. Lawyer?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Originally, you guys didn't bring up all the evidence that you had against. But what ended up happening is you said you found some stuff, but that's fine because that stuff wasn't applicable. We already proved it.
Yes, sir. But we weren't here originally when you were bringing up the case to the judge. We got called down after you brought the case up, and he said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
No, I understand that, but we were outside talking, and that's when you guys were like, anything we say out here doesn't really matter. We're just talking about the case. That's when people said that whatever he had to say didn't matter. That's when that happened.
Well, with all due respect, the lawyer said that the moment that you speak to the judge is whenever you're supposed to bring up your concern.
Okay. Well,
And
you
that was
know,
not a concern you brought up, brother.
I mean, that's what we're suing for. That's our whole
Okay.
court case. We're suing
So
for that. That's what we're here
I
for.
don't listen. I don't think it's the biggest deal, because it still was brought up. You're still suing for it, okay? I don't think it's the biggest deal, but it's something that needs to be brought to my attention as soon as you state your case.
Judge,
Alright.
Understood,
That is
Your
my
Honor.
apologies.
Judge, I thought they were suing for not being read his rights.
No.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
original.
last time I checked,
No,
that's
that
what
was
they were
just the
suing
opening
for.
statement, sir.
Okay, so
I have
Or
plenty of
wrongful
arguments
arrest.
against you guys.
listen. Hold on, everybody, listen. All right, lawyer. What needs to happen next time that you talk to me or you talk to a judge or you ever enter this courtroom, all right? It needs to be brought to our attention. Everything, all the evidence, everything. It can't just be brought up one by one. You gotta write all the evidence down. You gotta come prepared. You gotta do everything, all right?
Well,
This like back
that's
and
okay.
forth,
I
coming up with
understand.
more
My
evidence.
fault.
It definitely gets me a little bit confused. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta come up with more. You gotta come up with all the evidence and be ready. All right.
Permission to speak.
Yes, sir.
Also, but with that being said, if they're gonna come with more evidence that I'm ready for, I can still save evidence for a counter argument. That's
I mean,
law.
yeah, of course. Everybody's not gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna be ready for every single question there ever was. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hence why I
100% agree with
saved
you.
up my
I
arguments that
100%
I
agree
have
with
for
you.
Of
Of
okay, we get it.
Of course. But the reasonings that you guys are suing should always be presented to the judge as soon as you talk to the judge. It
Understood.
doesn't matter.
That's my fault. As a lawyer, I should have presented that first. I should have
Because
made it more clear.
the
I understand
reasonings
now,
have
Your
been
Honor. That's my
changed
fault.
a lot. You know, I mean, the reasonings have been changed a lot for suing. All right. But obviously, this is a learning experience for everyone. All right. Obviously, I'm not the one here making the decision for this. So, officers, what do you guys think? They won 100K. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do?
So we're willing to give 10K, because a little bit money for him for his obviously getting charged for the wrong thing. Obviously, like you said, he should have been charged for trespassing or something like that. So we reimburse him for that. Maybe give him even 15K for his buddies too, because obviously his buddies obviously got sent off wrong time too. So I will gladly give him 15 to 20 around there.
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
They're offering 15,000 for a Class A felony and offering to cover it up with a misdemeanor in terms of price. That's almost unacceptable. It's not. That's not how. No. They're trying to say that 15,000 or 10,000. That's not. This is a Class A felony.
Hold on.
This needs to be covered more than 10 to 15,000 if it's a Class A felony, not nothing that was like a misdemeanor. Your Honor, this wasn't a drinking and driving case. Your Honor, this was my client was wrongfully accused, as they admitted, arrested for the wrong thing. He went to jail for the wrong thing. He went in prison and he suffered for the wrong thing. So with that being said, like I said, we're suing the police department. So even if it's the wrong arrest, they brought up the arrest. We're not suing the arrest. We're suing the police department. Your Honor.
What are we doing outside?
Class 2, the chops and things like that.
Yo, we just pulled up in my
So,
car. I don't
and
know what the fuck you're
also,
talking
We
about.
seen somebody outside.
I want to add to that. You're offering 15 to 20K, okay?
Nigga, Rhino not going for
And
15K, bro. This the
you
nigga,
said
the
for my
original
buddies.
scam artist.
And my fine already was 7,000. If I give them money, you're telling me that this whole lawsuit of suing the PD is I'm earning $2,000.
You got 15K?
Pretty much.
For a trust?
That's pretty much what you're saying.
That's us.
What's your name again, Captain?
I move. No, you're not allowed in there, Twin. We doing court, Twin.
I'm not allowed in the
You are
courtroom.
allowed in any courtroom.
You
Yes,
are allowed to,
yes,
but
it
go
is.
sit down somewhere,
You
man.
can sit
Don't
down.
be-
Yes,
You
they
are
can
allowed in any
enter from
courtroom.
the outside. They're not
Okay,
entering through
no,
right
we're-
here,
we're
though.
not-
Hold
we're
up,
not
what
doing
the
this.
fuck?
We're
If
not
you're
doing this.
entering, go sit the fuck over there.
Oh.
Or enter from the outside.
Why do
You are
y'all gotta
allowed-
talk to me like
you
that
are
though?
allowed in any courtroom. It's
Okay,
a law.
lawyer. I'm not
Okay.
lawyer.
Yes,
I'm
lawyer.
not gonna lie. Lawyer, we're we're here to do a meeting. We're not here to get interrupted all the time. They're being
Lawyer, I'm not
very
saying they
loud.
can't come in. I'm saying they
Understood.
don't need to use that door
Understood.
and
But
walk in
that's how
front of
court
us.
is. People walk in and out
No,
of the courtroom.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
he
yeah,
told me.
I-
He told me
That's
I
how
couldn't
court
come in here, and
works.
he was
Yeah,
cussing
yeah,
at me.
no, I understand that, but they can enter through the back.
Understood.
He was-
You know what? I got you, brother. I'll help you.
He
on
was
that.
cursing at me,
I'll
bro.
tell them
He was
go
cursing
through the
at me.
back. I understand. My fault.
I'm not here to
Draco,
make
brother, if you don't
a
mind to take
decision
a
on
seat
this.
for me.
Not yet.
I ain't Draco, bro.
So.
Oh. They're not. Oh,
You're
oh
you
well,
fellas
if you don't
are
mind, just
fine.
take a seat for me, twin.
Let's get back to this.
I gotta
My
take
fault.
a seat.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind.
All right, so
Respectful to the
as I was
courtroom.
saying,
I got you, bro.
as I was
Appreciate you,
saying,
brother.
that is not nearly
And
enough.
please,
to
no
cover.
smoking.
Okay. That was not nearly enough to cover of the stuff that me and my buddies went through. I was told that this is my hearing, or like about me, and they have to do their own. They have to do their own court case if they want to get paid. And you're saying that I can pay them. Obviously, that's out of my heart.
Don't pull it
but what
up,
you're
nigga, for my
offering
nigga in
is
court.
not
Hey, if
nearly
my nigga don't
enough
win, air this bitch
to
out.
cover everything
my
that I
fault,
went
my fault,
through
my fault,
with
my
the
fault.
false arrest, false record, not even offering my record to be expunged. Like, I don't see how, like, what if we can maybe debate on something else here, because that's not nearly enough.
Okay, so to my knowledge,
We're not paying shit.
So-
Decided the PD were live.
I can't
one
hear you,
second.
sir.
So,
Man.
to my knowledge, we saw on the so the officer saw you.
I want to be a judge. This nigga look
not
like he
do a
having
hand up,
fun.
but the head called a.
I
sorry,
know this nigga having
person
fun right now.
called
Order.
In a
Next person to speak up is getting fined.
911.
I know
right?
this nigga having fun.
We have enough
Correct.
suspicion to arrest, detain you.
Detain. Okay. Good job.
And
Good job.
we did find, well, maybe not your evidence, but there was drugs in the area.
Okay, but if I'm
So we charged you with it, but we still saw that the ped called a 911 saying someone was selling drugs, and you were sitting right next to her. While then, as soon as you saw us, and ran away. So we have enough
hella
evidence to at least arrest you. And obviously, it wasn't the right evidence, and that's what we are dealing with right now. And that's why I'm willing to pay you for your troubles of what happened, around 15 to 20K of what happened, and then going down
first
to
it was 10 to 15, now it's 15 to 20. Keep working. Come on, we gotta
What?
keep going.
permission
to speak. Oh, yep. Let my client talk, Your Honor, before me.
So,
Hold on.
wait.
Let her continue talking. Hold on.
Continue.
Judge, the commissioner said we're not willing to pay unless you find us liable for what has happened here.
Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna have to get the PDs. We're definitely gonna have to get the PD officers that was in this scenario, his name, and then we're gonna have to get his badge number, and then we're gonna have to get him in a court scene. We're gonna have to definitely talk to him.
If we had the arresting
see
officer, this would
his
be awesome.
POV.
I would have won.
Yeah?
permission to speak.
Yes, sir.
They shoulda
I
spammed
do
that nigga.
want-
Get
yeah,
on,
I
get
would like
on!
them here because, no offense, but you guys do not know nothing about what happened. You guys are just speaking on their behalf. And
Okay,
you guys,
I'm not gonna lie, sir. There is no need for this. I did call them here to help out.
no.
there's-
I'm just saying like other stuff with it.
I got you. But that's why I'm calling them in here. They were just here to hear your story and then tell you what they feel, and how they feel about it, and if they would give you a settlement offer. There is not gonna be no settlement offer, so everybody can just continue on with their day. We can do this another time whenever we can get this situated and handled. All right, everybody's free to
Alright.
leave.
So we're taking this to court,
Yes, sir.
like an actual court.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Why do I have to sit down? I'm literally just watching. Okay, dude, I haven't done anything.
All right, everybody's free to leave.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy's got a fucking mouth
Hey,
on
Judge,
him.
can I talk
tell
to you really quick? Not even about the court, just like on some rookie shit.
Yo, mate, what's he so cracky about, mate? Come
Hey,
on,
Judge,
he-
can I talk to you? Right,
So
real quick, not even about the
crikey,
case. He's running. I don't even want to talk to him about the case, bro. I just want to talk to him how to become a judge. Judge, please let me talk to you. Judge, let me talk to you. It's not even about the case. I just want to come out and become a judge. That look fun. Please. Damn, the judge looked fun, bro.
Listen. You might have another client coming out of the courtroom in the white hat. He wanted to speak to you.
Damn, another one? Alright, bet.
Nah, fuck
That shit was
client.
fun, bro. I
Fly out.
appreciate y'all boys, man.
Yeah, we need you guys.
PD cool as fuck.
Hey, we beat the case. Do it another day. Yeah, I got. It's gonna take.
I think he could adjourn. He's
Billy,
all.
we
He's
beat the case,
already
Billy.
out.
Need a lawyer? Hey, buddy.
I'm sorry. Who's a lawyer here?
I'm the lawyer. Jay.
Oh, I'm a lawyer here. Let me get a bacon, egg,
Bartholomew.
and cheese, alright?
Yo, Billy, can you come here?
Oh my
Nigga in
Can you walk
the
on
suit,
me
that's the
real quick,
real
please?
lawyer.
Can you walk on me real
Hey,
quick,
do we
lawyer?
beat this case?
Come on, beat this case. What's the word? You
Who's
gotta
the
tell me
lawyer?
what it
We
is.
beat it or hell no?
Nah, we gotta take it to real
Ronaldo?
court. We took it to court.
Is
We're
that
gonna
your
take it
name?
to trial, nigga. Talking about big bread.
Hey,
That's your name, Ronaldo?
you're a lawyer. Can you help Ricky?
Rondo Bartholomew.
Ronaldo.
What's
Okay.
going on?
Hey,
No,
Miranda,
definitely.
here, come
'cause,
over here and talk to Ricky.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to make sure it's the case. I can walk away.
Never mind. Go
Oh
away.
my gosh, he does not sound for real.
I gotta talk to make sure. I am. I just came out of bro. I just came out of a case
Turn
with
down,
them, bro.
bro. Why you don't? You can talk to me from that afar because you're yelling. You don't need to come that close, bro. Fix your shit.
Bro, you want me? Bro, what do you want, bro?
Your shit is hella
Bro,
loud.
what do you want, bro? I was literally just in the court case.
Bro, I need to higher up. You feel me? I need this shit's off my record. That's what I need.
I'm literally trying to help you, but all right, bro, you got it, bro.
Yeah, are you gonna how? How are you gonna help me?
I'm a lawyer, bro. I just
With a
got
name like that, how are you gonna help me? I just told you what I need. Can you do it or not? I need to get this stuff off my record. I don't give a fuck about them. That I don't have nothing to do with them. I have everything to do about me. So it's just either like this. Can you clear my record? Yes or no?
Can you talk to me about the case, bro? Can we be
Need to
cordial
talk.
about
I
this
don't
shit?
have no cases. It's old stuff. You feel me? So I need this to be gone. It's been months on there. Do you
I
understand what I'm
can't clear your
saying?
record if I don't know what's going on. If you already pleaded
Bruh,
guilty
what?
to it.
Oh my God. What do you mean, bruh? That shit been months. Do you hear what I said? We done already went through it. And it's been dead, done, gone. You feel me? It's just
He
on the
wants the
record
shit
for months
expunged,
ago.
brother.
Once
He
that
wants the
shit
shit
gone off my
expunged.
I
record.
have to know the case, my boy.
Like
I have to know
everything
the
off
case.
this record,
I don't
brother.
know what the
Everything.
case is. If this nigga was murdering cops, I can't help you, nigga.
Nah,
Who
he
the
don't
fuck
know
was
murder
murdering
no cops.
cops?
That's what I'm asking, bro. Can you tell me the
You're
case, bro?
not
Can you tell me the
asking.
situation?
You're not
Bro, I asked you
asking.
earlier, bro. I
I
said, can
don't.
you
You
tell me the
go ask
situation?
them. How am I supposed to sit there and know? I don't want shit on my record.
All right, bro.
How am I supposed to know?
All right, I'm not helping y'all.
Exactly.
I'm trying to help y'all, but y'all being complicated, bro. I'm a lawyer, bro. I just got out of the case, nigga. We just
How
won
can I
100K.
go and look? How can I go look my record
We
up?
just won 100K,
Desperado.
bro. I don't know.
How can I go look my record up, Desperado? Think about it. You're the fucking lawyer.
I'm 100K. I'm 100K up, gang. I just want 100K of my court case, bro.
Nigga, I got dumped.
Dude, the judge
with
like
that
just
little
ran
punk-ass
away
100K,
with
nigga, I
the
piss on that.
with
What
the
are you
cat
talking
wins,
about?
bro.
The little punk ass 100K you talking about?
I win court cases for fun, bro. You can do what you want, bro.
Yeah. You don't even know what you even talking about.
I know, cause you don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to tell you. Tell me the case, bro. I'm trying to help you, bro.
You're a fucking lawyer. You have to go look it up.
Bro, tell me the
I'm
case, bro.
supposed
I
to
can't look it
know.
up, bro. I cannot look it up right now. I'm
Okay,
telling you
then
right now.
that's what I said. I need to hire up. That's what I said. And you can't help me then. You need to
All right,
hire up.
bet. You're good. Have fun.
The fuck?
Get that shit off your case. You ain't gonna get this shit off your case by yourself, nigga. These niggas over here stupid, yo.
You're good. It's like too much people. When too much people talking like him.
You're good. How do I talk to the judge?
That nigga ran off, bro. He's scary.
Yo, you need a med kit, JP.
No, the judge. Hold on.
I'll try to talk to the judge, bro. He ran off.
Oh, this is the judge right here.
Yo, if you don't find them not guilty, I'm gonna kill you.
Hey.
Sir Judge.
What's up?
Hey, could you explain something? So what are we waiting for? When are we gonna do this? Because to me, this is clear cut and dry. I don't see why I'm getting offered 15K. It's kind of.
We're waiting for the police officers to be in the city and actually be able to process this. Also, there's more stuff than just this. I need more things to actually be able to do these trials and do things in the DOJ. So you guys are gonna have to hold off for a little bit with this court case.
That's fine. Hey, Judge, I got a question. How do you actually become a judge? Do you just like what's the word? That shit look fun.
I pretty much run the DOJ, so now I'm the only judge for this moment. At this moment.
Is there a way I could apply or something? Like, how could I get on being a judge?
Judge is kind of something that like I'm not really trusting anybody with at the moment. You could do a lot of things as a judge, so it's kind of hard for me to trust people at the moment. In the future though, definitely will. It's just keep working hard. Also, 2 captains approvals and a judge and an attorney general approval to become higher up.
What's the attorney general? I haven't talked to one of those yet.
Attorney general is like the people that run the DOJ, their management of the DOJ. Obviously, I'm a judge, but I run the DOJ, so I'm still an attorney general, but I am a judge.
So essentially, if you got approved, that'd be like for one. But you're the only judge, bro. That should be like, you feel me? That should be like enough to open my own firm, you know? If I got your approval, I'm just asking. I'm not.
No. You need 2 captains for a firm. You need 2 captains approval, and you need to pay $250K for a firm.
No, I got you on that part, but I'm saying like you're the only judge. Like that should be if that means I'm winning court cases consistently. Like, no.
Yo, Zay, did you catch that?
What do you mean?
So, for instance, you're saying how I need the approval, but if you're the only judge and the 250, that means I'm consistently winning court cases. So,
hold on, I don't want to interrupt because I gotta get going. But where are you gonna hit me up about this? When are you gonna hit me up about this? Like, are you gonna text me or?
When I'm gonna hit you up when it's able to be done.
Yeah, like when are we doing this court case?
I'll hit up the entire Discord. It would be a DOJ announcement, brother.
He said he'll hit up the entire Discord for this shit. All my heart went into my ass. That's a whole nother presentation, gang.
Yeah, let's make sure that the
all my heart just went into my ass.
Make sure only the officers that have a prosecutor that are up there.
Oh shit!
Captains.
There are no prosecutors, so some of the captains will act as prosecutors.
Got you.
I just feel like that's not
like that's what we have to do, brother. I'm not gonna lie. I understand what you get into, but like that's the RP that we have to settle with because nobody's just trying to be a prosecutor in the city. Yeah. Nobody. I mean, it's boring. It's boring. You're just going. You know what I mean? You're just you're as a character, right? You're just a prosecutor. You only go to court cases, and there's not even court cases to go to. So what's the point of being a prosecutor at the moment? So yes, there is going to be PD that has to be the prosecutor in that scenario. Obviously, they're not going to wear PD outfits. They're going to use the suit, but they're definitely, you know what I mean?
Maybe they could make a prosecutor role for PD then. So when they have to be, they're doing PD stuff, and then they could be a prosecutor if they need to be.
Yeah, that's gonna be DA. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be DA. We're gonna have DA that can run around and be PD. They're gonna be LT. They're gonna be able to run around RP as PD, and also prosecute if they need to. But obviously they won't whirl around in their their PD outfits, whenever they come here. But
yeah.
Obviously I'm the only judge, but like I'm fucking active as shit, so
this nigga's the head admin.
Right. Oh yeah, so last thing is before I head out, if also the PD is gonna run it, because most lawsuits are against PD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if PD is gonna run it, they need to be more reasonable. Because that settlement of 15K, that's not reasonable at all.
That was just a settlement, twin. I mean, they're not gonna 100% tell you like, oh, we're just gonna give you 50K. They're not gonna go a high offer. You know what I mean? They're gonna lowball you. At the end of the day, whenever we come here and whenever we do, make sure we have all the evidence. Because if you guys were changing your stories back then, I would have definitely told you guys to get 35K, and that's it. That's your final settlement. So the next time you guys come here and you guys are actually going to trial,
we're gonna be all prepared with everything.
Yes, we need to be prepared because next time, and if you're interrupting me saying, "Can I speak? You know what I'm saying? You guys are just gonna be fined, and then you guys are gonna lose more money than you guys actually, get. All right.
So how would we speak though?
I will let you know. I will let you know. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's gonna happen. The defendant will be speaking first. Okay. The defendant will be speaking first, and it'll be stating their first. I'll be asking like, what is your statement? What are you trying to sue for? Why are you suing?
Like a real court case. Okay.
Of course. And then I'll tell a prosecutor like, I'll tell the prosecutor, how do you feel? What is your opening statement also? You know what I'm saying? And obviously, like, I'm gonna keep letting you guys speak, alright? Obviously, you can say objection. Obviously, you can call people to the stand. There's not gonna be anybody in there, okay, for the trials, because we're still learning on how to do this, and we still gotta improve everything. So nobody's allowed in the trial. Okay, nobody's allowed in the courtroom. I don't care. All right, nobody's allowed in the courtroom. That's in the story, because we gotta learn, we gotta adjust, we gotta change the rules, all that. All right, we good with that?
So I was sick, bro. I'm a streamer, so I was trying to get content. That's why I was trying to have people in the back. You feel me?
No, I got you. You just gotta understand that I'm trying to do the best thing for the city.
Can I ask you something? This like, I'm like a higher up in my gang. So what if I told my gang to pull up and be quiet? What if just my gang type shit? Not even like the whole city or something. You know what I'm saying? Just so we have people in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
your
so it
gang
looks
can
cool.
pull up, but they gotta pull up in
Be on
suits.
whisper,
No,
be
no
quiet,
gang.
like they respect the quorum type shit.
Gang, no gang fits, please.
Understood. Bet. So
They
they can
gotta
pull
pull up
up,
in
they gotta
suits.
be quiet and respect the quorum. That's all I'm asking. Like, you feel
Mhm.
me? So it look more, you feel me? So it just look a little more dope.
Yep. Yep.
Alright, man, I appreciate that.
All right. Is there anything else we can help you with? Oh well, I can help you with. My fault. I apologize. Cause I gotta go do more things. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you good, but just clarify one more time. So I already know the rule, but to get my own firm and shit, I gotta get the 2 approves.
You gotta get 2 captains' approvals, and then you gotta get 1 judge's approval, and then you gotta pay 250K. All right.
But you're the only judge, so I gotta get your approval.
You can get an attorney general too.
Okay, bet. So my question, out of everything, you feel me? It's literally my first court case as a lawyer, gang. What could I do better? That's all I'm wondering.
Don't interrupt the judge as much. You interrupted me a lot, and I should have fined you. Definitely don't be doing that. Also,
even on the objections?
Come prepared. I mean, I do. The objections were definitely a W. I did like the objections. Just objections you can interrupt, okay? But you shouldn't be saying, "Can I speak? Can I speak? Can I speak?" Because I'll let you know when you can speak. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, I got you. I thought everybody was doing
let
that,
you know.
so I was just trying to like, get my say in at the time. But alright, bet. So
I was just middlemaning. So right in there, right? I was middlemaning, so it wasn't fully like the right type of situation, because in a real situation I'm telling you guys when you guys can speak, but I was middlemaning, keeping order with everybody. In a real scenario, I'd be telling you guys, order, you guys can be quiet, and then I'd be telling you guys this person, you know what I'm saying? But right there, like as I said, I had no opinion in that. You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm already.
I was just telling you guys, like, you guys didn't say this, you guys didn't bring up that, you guys didn't bring this. I was keeping order, and I was keeping like stuff that wasn't important to the case or wouldn't change the outcome of the case away. So we just kept it like a straight path. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was there for. So we didn't get off the path. All right.
Okay. All right, bet. I appreciate that input though.
Yep, of course. Is there anything else, brother?
Billy.
Sir.
Appreciate
Sir.
you, bro.
Yep. Oh, my fault, one. Sir. All right, he's not here. Y'all have a wonderful night. All right.
Sir, stay at 20.
Yo.
What's this?
I'm trying to get a new recruit. I'm trying to
get a
be.
recruit. Hold up. My cousin and him, we in a gang, but I think our gang full, but we matched with another gang called MC, so you might be able to get tapped in.
Wait. Is your game called LNT?
Yeah. Where's you? What just happened?
I asked that nigga. I asked the most nigga if I could join.
Wait. Didn't we just recruit you?
I don't know.
I swear didn't we take out a paintball and shit and have a bang out with y'all? It was you and 3 niggas, right?
I was at LOS before that. I left that shit.
Oh, never mind. So you somebody else.
God damn, this shit. Where
Billy,
the fuck did everyone go?
Talk to the homie right here. He's trying to get put on.
How long have you been playing City?
I'm about to play on my other soul.
Like 4 to 5 weeks.
Let me get your number.
Alright.
I'm gonna fly in on my other soul.
You were in LOS?
Yeah.
Okay.